Hello everyone, SirMonkeySuit here, back again with Mob Psycho 101 episode 8, and in the last episode we had Ritsu who came to terms with his psychic powers, with the help of Dimple of course. He's able to, Dimple tried to possess him but didn't have the spiritual energy or power in order to do that, but he can basically control the output of Ritsu's power, so that he's able to actually use it with control. So yeah, he's got Ritsu's gone off the fucking deep end, and now mobs turned up. It's going to be interesting to see how that plays out, because obviously I think Ritsu has a sort of affinity for his brother that he doesn't have for anybody else. So it's going to be interesting to see how he takes that. It's just very much a case of like power. He's just become a slave to power essentially. So we'll see what happens. And also there was a whole thing with Reagan and whether or not he actually has a power that he knows about, or is lying. It's not even dormant because it worked. But maybe he has a power that he doesn't know he has it and he can't control it, or he knows that he has it and he's choosing not to use it at most of the time. But we'll see about that later, I'm sure. So yeah, without further ado, we're just gonna get in episode 8, see what we get. So without further ado, let's go. Okay, that was Mob Psycho 100, episode 8 of season 1. At the very beginning there, I was wondering, what the fuck is Ritsu talking about? Like, I know that he was like explaining like all the reasons as he was going along, but I mean, that's a bit much, isn't it? It's like, oh yeah, this nicey brother thing ends now. Like, what? No. It's like, you can't just like, after all of that, you know what I mean? Like, even everything that he was saying was contradicting everything that he was talking about, like, in previous episodes. You can't, like, you know what I mean? Everything at the beginning of this episode when he was talking about like how, oh, I was just putting up admiration as a sort of like using it as a scapegoat kind of thing. When in reality, well, we know that's not the case, because you know what I mean. It's like, right, if we had only seen scenes with him and his brother, right, and not Ritsu by himself, then fine, I would take that as okay, that's fair enough. But the fact is, we've seen Ritsu without his brother, and we've seen him talk to himself in his own head and have monologues about him in his own head, where he clearly doesn't see it that way. So, like, I was just watching it going, what is happening here? This isn't right. What? And it's just clearly it was just the power talking, because he immediately changed tunes as soon as Mob was getting beaten up. I wrote down Mob was clearly acting like the older brother there, which I think is an interesting thing to really, it's on face value, it's not even all that interesting, the fact that Mob is acting like the older brother, because he is the older brother. But of course, as we know from previous episodes, and especially episode 1, where I thought Ritsu was actually the older brother, because I don't know why, it just sort of gives that aura. But Mob very much acting like, it was the first time we've seen him really truly act like a very mature older brother. You know what I mean? Like, I got the clear feeling from that scene when Mob just said, like, just literally walked past him and basically said sorry for him and bowed and everything. For some reason, that scene gave me like a huge feeling of like, it just shows how immature Ritsu is compared to Mob. You know what I mean? And it shows, yeah, how mature Mob was. And I was like, damn, that was like, that wasn't something that we haven't seen before. So yeah, that was the powerful scene for some reason. Yeah, it was. I liked it. So Sakurai, I'm not sure if that is actually what the name of the dude is that has made this, what's it called, claw. Because the dude had the phone and it said in the subtitle Sakurai, so I'm not sure if that's what it is or what. It could just end up being the maker of the phone for all I know, but yeah. But they wanted Ritsu because they thought it was Mob because he was part of another little organization that was different from Claw, and got, what we got from Claw from Tereki, basically saying that Claw is like, no, like they have to be the be all end all. There can't be other other organizations popping up doing the same kind of thing. Claw has to be the one and only. So they probably no surprise that they went after the Awakening Lab thing, whatever the fuck it was. But yeah, so yeah, bigger than school. Definitely bigger than just territories and stuff like that between schools. The dude was hitting mob through his shield, so he's very fucking powerful. I don't know if that has to do with the fact that you can only hit him when he's using that helix thing, whatever the fuck. I don't know exactly what it is, because he was still able to hit him without using his arms, which is what the helix things were wrapped around. I don't know, but that was a good fight, especially considering like it wasn't just a one-way battle like it normally was. You know, there was actually some like mob got the shit beat out of him before he turned. And the interesting thing was, I don't think he ever got to 100%. Normally it's quite clear in what he's doing. Normally it's quite clear on screen what mode he's at, even when we're at a mode where we don't even know what it is. When he went into the triple question mark mode, it even showed that. And the previous two times he's gotten to 100%, it showed that clearly, clear as day. Whereas that one, I'll have a look, but I'm sure it never reached 100. So here it is, right? So it goes 90%. Yeah, so it just went up to 90%. Oh, wait a minute. No, wait a minute. It went up more. 95, 96, 98. It did, sure. Okay, never mind. It did, yeah. I don't know why I forgot that. Yeah, it did actually hit 100%. Okay, never mind then. But well, I was going to ask what it didn't show clearly was the state, what emotion he was, because normally it tells you exactly what emotion he is. Obviously the first one it was rage, and then the second one was sadness, and then this one it didn't say, but I'm guessing it was rage again because he was getting angry. So I mean, would there ever be a time when he, like, maybe just for OVA's sake, but I can imagine like getting to 100 and him being extremely happy. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, well, if you're talking about like shows like this where it's sort of like it can be like a parody of shonen and whatnot, generally more often than not when shonen, like what shonen is, it turns out to be fights. And if you're really going up against like an enemy, then rage is normally the one that you want. Sadness, they managed to do it, and they managed to do it in an interesting way. But I can't even imagine what it would do for the other ones. You know what I mean? Like if he got to 100% and he was in, the emotion was happiness, like what would that even be? Like, what would that even be? You know what I mean? I don't know. It'd be interesting though to see. So yeah, when Mob gets serious, man, there's something. It's just nice to see. I think they've hit the gimmick perfectly, because by having a character that literally has no emotion and shows no emotion, when it finally reaches a point where he does show emotion, there's something really nice about it. There's like some sort of like, it's like fuck. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is. Like something just clicks where it's like when you've seen it's like so much of this character where he's just been straight faced and nothing phases him, and he's as, you know what I mean, he's as blank as a fucking as a sheet of paper, and then every like you just get like, you just get it in little bits where he actually has emotion, and it just feels all the more cool because of that. He was called fucking what? White tea poison because he wore a white shirt. Like what? I don't understand. Where did that come from? Like, what? Did he even... Was he even wearing a white shirt when he was... I guess he was, when he went up against... Ah, yeah, because he was wearing his gym gear, wasn't he, when he was up against Turkey. That'd be why, then. Why didn't he call it, like, red shorts poison or something? I don't even know. Okay. I was wondering where they got the name from. I wasn't expecting it to be that, but I guess, okay. Yeah, he was standing unconscious. So... I'm guessing then when he stood up unconscious, he was in that question mark mode, because that was a thing that they specifically mentioned in regards to that the first time. Was that's only happened, well, as far as we know, twice. One was obviously against the Turkey, and then the other one was when he was against the bullies, and Rito was there and stuff. And that, like, they were both times where he was actually unconscious. So I'm guessing that was the same thing, except he was probably battered and bruised, so he couldn't. So all he could do was stand up. So yeah. So Claw here, 100 members, or over 100 members. That's nuts. I mean, Turkey was talking about them. He's like, you know, he said that, like, he was going to get kidnapped, but then he managed to take the guy. So he's able to take them out then. So it's nice to get a gauge on how powerful Turkey is. And I guess that was some reason as to why I wanted to see him go up against Ritsu. Because, I mean, well, the main reason was I just wanted Ritsu to fucking be humbled. But it's nice to be able to get, like, a sort of a gauge on how powerful Turkey actually is. And, well, we still haven't got that yet, but, I mean, Claw is an organisation that has adult psychics in there, and they're clearly powerful because, you know, one of them gave Mob a run for his money, you know. Well, he didn't. He did more than anybody else has, put it that way. And he did way more than what Turkey could, but I mean, Turkey's been able to stay away from him for a while. And you'd think it wouldn't be that hard to get a hold of them, right? I mean, if they wanted them that badly, then they could have just got, like, multiple people out, surround Turkey, have that guy there who just took on Mob, because I'm like, you know, I mean, I don't know. I want to see Turkey in more fights, because I want to see, like, I want to see what his power levels are. We need a scouter in this bitch and just see what his power levels are. But yeah, so yeah, Ritu's kidnapped along with the other 5 kids that were part of that fucking Awakening Lab thing, which I don't know, like, they're not the greatest. Though if this facility or whatever can enhance their powers and whatnot, then maybe, yeah, they could get a bit. I mean, I don't know how they're going to enhance the like the twins or whatever the fuck, or the brothers or whatever they are, that they can just read each other's minds. Like, well, they can read each other's minds a bit better then. I don't know how that helps the situation, but whatever, yeah. But yeah, interesting. So we'll pick that up next time. But that is all. So thank you everyone for watching. Few things in the description. Discord, I urge everyone to go over there. Just come over, join the community, you know what I mean? Get talking to me or the other community members. My website, SirMonkeySuit.com, that link's in the description there as well. Every single video, you know, all my content is over there on my website, and also there's forums and like reaction recommendation list in the forums where you can choose what's going to be in the next poll and whatnot, so get yourself over there and join up. And Patreon, so I do have a Patreon. If you do want to support me, that'd be very much appreciated. There's a bunch of different tiers and rewards depending on how much you want to support me with. So there's the $5 a month, that's the early access. For that, you gain access to all my shows a week early, and for Psycho Pass and Fate, you actually get 4 episodes a week. $10 a month, that's the full length. Everything I react to gets a full length. $15 a month, that's the exclusive. That's what Mob Psycho 100 was done through. Basically means it's exclusive to patrons while it's airing, but once it's finished airing, it goes up on YouTube for the general public. Also, all of your reactions, all movie reactions go into there as well. and Elite tier and God tier, which is $50 and $100, and basically that means that you get a choice of a show that you want me to react to, and I will react to it. The only difference is that God tier $100 means that your show gets bumped up the list. But yeah, that was awesome. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.